the story that we're telling is historical fiction. So to take the events of history and what we know of the history, and then I think of it kind of like as a palette where the story that we write based on these events and what is known and needs to fit within that palette. So we can't bring stuff from outside of this. We're trying to work within this palette, but the story is very much fiction and what we the writing team has imagined based on these historical figures and events that we've learned about working with our researchers and historians and consultants. So so this is the unification period in Japan, the start of it, and we have Oda Nobunaga, who's the first, as you know, of the three great unifiers. So I don't want to give away too much of who players are going to encounter in the game, but I will say there are some very interesting historical figures that you will encounter in the game to really bring to life all of the many elements at play at this time, which made it so fun to work with. We were really fortunate in the Azuchi Momoyama period to have this confluence of so many interesting people. For those who know their history well, I think that they have a lot to look forward to. So actually very little is known about Yasuke, which is what made him such an interesting opportunity for our team, was that the things that we do know, that his connection with Oda Nobunaga and with the Jesuits, for example, really were very relevant to the story that we wanted to tell in the era that we're visiting. And these connections are very important and an interesting contrast to Naoe's family roots. She also has a historical connection. She's a fictional character, but the imagined daughter of Fujibayashi Nagato. So it's a very, they give us a really interesting spread or difference in perspectives from sort of the seat of power at Azuchi Castle to the mountainous, sort of remote province of Iga, where Naoe is from. To just start with these very few details, but then it leaves a very open end for the team to work with when we start to write the story in the narrative of the game. We got to fill in the many gaps in that story with the one that we wanted to tell in Shadows. We had this great opportunity to allow players to play as both a shinobi and a samurai, and to really get to live those fantasies. So then it's a question of what interesting, unique, and also complementary stories can we tell from those perspectives with our protagonists. And Naoe and Yasuke were a great fit for this because they do have such different perspectives, connections to very different parts of the era, which we know is a very politically complex time, and the ability to draw from such distinct parts of society and what was going on at the time gave us this great means to really explore a lot of the nuances of that era. In Shadows, we'll see Yasuke training with under Nobunaga, learning and honing his techniques from some well-known masters. We'll see there's going to be opportunities in game 2 to keep developing that skill set. So yeah, I think that's something to look forward to. Naoe is somebody who is, so she's the daughter of Fujibayashi Nagato. So we understand a bit why she's such an excellent shinobi. She's gotten training from some of the best-known shinobi of her era, and she's also emotions forward, heart on her sleeve, intense person. In this, for her to come together with Yasuke, they're a great pairing because he's a very level-headed, gonna think before he acts and speaks kind of person, and they balance each other really nicely in that way. So they work very well together as a pair. Once they manage to come together, because we know they don't get off to a very good start. In Shadows, Yasuke is going to accompany Oda Nobunaga to the Second Tensho Iga War, which takes him to Iga, which is Naoe's home province. So really putting them on opposite sides of this war and of this battle. and subsequently Naue loses a lot of the people that she loves and cares about. So this is not, they don't start on good footing because they're on very, very, very different sides of this conflict.